Hey guys, JustChrissy here. You're joining me on my very first video on YouTube. Actually, the very first video I've ever made in my life. So, welcome and thank you guys for watching. It really means everything to me. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I could certainly use all the help I can get with this. So what my channel is going to be about is basically thrifting, reselling, auctions, like storage auctions, regular auctions, and maybe even some yard sailing. There's a lot of channels out there on YouTube, and I watch a lot of them that deal with this subject, but I wanted to show you guys like an actual grassroots, like what it's like from the beginning of this journey into, pushing into success, because that's where I'm headed. So a little backstory on me. I'm 40 years old. I am a single mother of one son. He's 7. I live in Central Florida, kind of in the boonies, and my husband and I separated some time ago. We're in the process of a divorce, and I was a stay-at-home mom. So when things happened, I realized that I was going to have to figure out how to support us, support me and my son, and, to give us a happy life. So basically, what I want to show you is if you're a single mother, single father, or really anyone who wants to change your life and not be, a 9 to 5 or working for minimum wage or, $10 an hour or whatever. And you want the freedom to be able to raise your children the way you want, the freedom to come and go as you please and be your own boss. This is possible. It's not hard. It's really not. If I can do it, you certainly can. So anyway, for this first video, what I'd like to do, and I will go into all the nitty gritty of everything that you need to do. You don't need a lot of resources. You don't need a lot of income. You don't need to live in a big city. I'm doing just fine. So basically what I did today is I went to my local thrift store. It's just a little old bitty thrift store in my area. And they actually had a pretty good amount of stuff today. Sometimes I go and I don't really end up with a whole lot, but I did pretty good today. So I want to do like an experiment. I want to take this group of items that I bought today and see what we can make it into. I spent about $130, and I bought a wide array of different types of items. I bought some electronics, I bought some clothing, I bought some shoes, hats, just oddball stuff. So, and I try to spread myself out to a lot of different things. Don't limit yourself. I guess at some point they say you'll find a niche, but until you do, just find some deals, find some deals and turn them into a couple bucks. So anyway, I want to go over the things I bought today, and let's go over like what I think I can get for them. And then I'm going to list these and see what we actually do. So let's see what we can make out. So anyway, this is like I said, it took me about a half an hour to buy this stuff at $130. So let's go over what I bought today. Let's see if I can turn this. How do I turn this around? All right. So here's the stuff. Pardon my mess. I just kind of put it all over the floor. Here's the stuff I bought today. So let's start here. Clothing is really kind of an underrated thing to do. You just kind of got to know what people want. So, for instance, this shirt, my thrift store sells clothing for $1. Most of their clothes are $1. Sometimes they have like what they call boutique items that are $3. I try to stick to the ones that are $1 unless I feel like, it's really worth it. So, got this shirt, pretty cool, like I guess like a Hawaiian type thing. It's got this gator on it, and it's the same on the back, so it's pretty cool. It's a size large, and it's by Chillwear. I've never heard of Chillwear, but I just thought it was a pretty cool Hawaiian shirt, and with the summer being upon us, I think that will probably do pretty good. So I paid $1 for this, and I think I should be able to get maybe 15 or 20. I guess we'll see. But because I paid $1 for it, I really can't lose. So this I'll throw on eBay, but I'll also throw it on Poshmark. Poshmark is another great selling avenue, and it really varies. What I'll typically do with clothes is put them on eBay and Poshmark just to give myself more exposure. So yeah, so $1 for that. The next thing I got was this iPod radio remote. So it's the old school like connector for like the old iPods. And you can see I paid $3 for it. So it basically turns your iPod into, I guess, into a radio? Not really sure. But for $3, I looked these up. They go about like 15 to 20. So that should be a pretty decent, pretty decent turnover. And again, some of these items, they're not like killer, I'm not going to like set the world on fire. However, when you start a new eBay account, new eBay store, you want to get some positive feedback. So, just selling little items like that gives you that feedback, and it makes buyers more comfortable with spending their money with you. So little things like this are pretty cool. The next thing I got was this VCR. It's a Panasonic. The big thing with this, well, number one, it was tested. In my thrift store, if it says tested, it's always good. So it saves me some time, but it came with the remote, and that's huge. If they don't come with the remote, you can expect to make 15 to 20, maybe even $30 or $40 less on, VCR. So this one's in really nice shape. It's not scratched. It's good to go. I paid $10 for it, and this with the remote, I'll probably throw like an RCA cable in there and maybe a blank VCR tape or something. I think I have some. I would think this would go for maybe $50, maybe even more. So yeah, I mean, this is easy, and they fit in a, I have a large flat rate box that these ship in, and it'll fit right in there. I just wrap it up with some bowl tape and go. So yeah, that's actually a pretty nice one. But again, if you can get it with the remote, obviously that's the best way. Sometimes it's a little bit easier said than done. All right, so the next thing I got was these, pardon my shakiness. Like I said, this is my first video. So these New Balance women's running shoes. They're in really nice shape. They're clean, they're not worn, the tread is good, and I paid $4 for them. These are really cheap, I guess because they're missing the laces. I have some laces, so I'll throw some laces in here. These are a size 10. That's a good size for women. Really, any size is good for women. So yeah, these should go, these should go $25, I would think. So, but I mean, again, I paid $4 for them, so I can't lose. There's just no way I can lose on that. So yeah, that's another really good one. Shoes are really good as long as they're in decent condition. This next one is really cool, and I wasn't going to buy them, but I really liked them, so I bought them anyway, and I thought to myself, if they don't sell, like, it's okay, because they're pretty cool, and I'll keep them. So these are vintage New Kids on the Block button pins type thing, and they're huge. If you look at the size of my hand, and I have, normal hands, they're as big as my hand. They're really big, and they have like the pin on the back and the little stand and stuff. Really, really neat. I paid $3 a piece for them. I'm thinking I can get probably $15 a piece for these, and they're really easy to ship, which is nice. So those are definitely very cool. I mean, check that out. How cool is that? The next thing I got was this vintage, old school Sony laptop. And you see on the front, they even like, tested everything, and apparently, like, it's funny what it says here, not suitable, safe use, or modern internet. Do not try. Warning, warning, Will Robinson. It's pretty funny. But anyway, so it's an old school laptop, but this thing is in like immaculate condition. It's Windows XP. It's so nice and clean. It's like new. It's crazy. So I haven't, like I said, I just brought this stuff in and started this video. I haven't tried it or anything, but my local thrift store, if it says it works, it works. They're very good about that. But the thing that's really cool about this is it has the original dock, which is awesome, which the dock has a floppy drive in it. I mean, really cool. It's even got a disk drive on the side. It's just really cool. So you got that, and then, the power cords and all kinds of cords. But check this out. It came with the original, like, Microsoft Word sealed, and all the original recovery discs that came with it. I mean, whoever had this took really good care of it. I mean, the original book, and then this really cool kind of vintage, I guess it's neoprene. I don't know. It feels like a wetsuit material. So yeah, and I got all that for $20. Now, I couldn't find any comparable laptops on eBay, but similar items without all the accessories were going for between $50 and $80. So this could really be a good one. I don't really know. So I think I'm gonna start high and then maybe take an offer on it. So we'll see, I guess. Sorry for the shaky camera. All right, so the next one I got is a Sling Box, and I don't honestly, I don't even really know what this thing is. I think it's like one of these like cable box things like that you do through Sling. I'm not really sure, but I paid $5 for it. It has the power cord, and it also has some kind of antenna dealie, I guess. I don't really know, but I looked it up on eBay, and it was going for like 40 bucks. So yeah, that's a good one too. So that should hopefully turn over pretty quickly, and they seem to sell really well. All right, so the next thing I got is this Toshiba. It's a DVD, but it's also a DVD RWR recording device. As you can see, the external damage to this thing, you know, it's kind of not so good. That was the only thing that I was iffy about, because I did pay $20. I did pay up a little bit on this one. However, DVD, like anything that can burn to a DVD is like super desirable. It's not just a regular DVD player. It can actually write, you know, onto blank DVDs. So that's really cool. So what I'll probably do is throw, like, if I have one, I'll throw like a couple of blank DVDs with it. And it also came with the remote, and that was the other reason that I really kind of paid up for, because the original remote's there. So this one in decent shape. I mean, this one's a little scratched, so I'm gonna have to try to clean it up and stuff. But this would sell on there for like $80, $90, $100, and I guess it really depends, you know, if you can get a good buyer on it. But this one should be okay. I don't know if it's going to be a home run, but it should be okay. Like I said, just starting out here, so we're trying to just, you know, turn something or nothing into something. So the next thing I bought was this University of Miami U hat, and it's a fitted hat, and it's pretty nice, but it's a Nike hat. It's a medium large fitted hat, and being that it's Nike, it should bring a few dollars. So my thrift store sells hats for $1 as well, and I'm hoping I should be able to get like 10 bucks for that. Again, this is just just trying this to see where we're at with different things. You know, I want to try a lot of different things. You may have seen this Xbox in the background. This is an original Xbox. I did not get that on this haul. That was actually the other day. So I'm not going to include that in our little experiment here, but I think I paid like I paid $20 for this, and it came with the cords and remotes and stuff like that. So I'll be listing that as well. It's just out here so I can take pictures. But anyway, I'm not going to include that in this little, in this little trial. So the last thing that I got was this camera. It is a Rebel EOS K2. Let's see, I paid $5 for it, and it has the lens, which is a 28-90 millimeter. I'm not like super familiar with cameras, but I know Canon EOS is a good, is a good brand. So it comes with a strap, and then I have a case for it as well that I'll include, and that's pretty much it. The only issue with this one is it takes this like really oddball battery, and it is a film camera too, so that's kind of a pain, but it takes these oddball little weird batteries, and I don't have any of these, so I may have to just list it as, working and hope it works, or as is, or something like that. Like typically this stuff always works when it comes from my thrift store. I guess I've been lucky, but it just does tend to work. So hopefully, I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about how I want to list this. Oh, I forgot one more thing. This was the most expensive thing that I bought today. So this right here is a Bose like cinema surround sound thing, a solo TV system. you can say I paid 50 bucks for this. And to be honest with you, I was a little apprehensive because that's a lot of money, you know. It does come with the remote, and it is super duper duper clean. It looks like it's brand new. It's like a speaker basically, and it's got the hookups for your TV and everything in the back, and there's like some woofers or tweeters, or I don't even know. But anyway, Bose is a really, really good brand. If you don't, I'm assuming you know, that's just, Bose is a great brand. They probably make like one of the best speakers in the world. So I looked this up on eBay, and they're all over the place. They go from 50 bucks to 180 bucks used. So I'm gonna probably put this up for like 100 and see what happens, or maybe even 120 and see what happens, and maybe take an offer on it. So you know, I guess we'll just see. But this is I was actually pretty excited. This is something I wouldn't mind having for my house. But yeah, pretty cool. So the last thing I want to show you guys is my where I take photos. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to list this stuff tonight. I'm going to give it a day or two and then see if any of it sold. If it didn't sell, then we'll I do tend to go to the thrift store every other day. So we'll just bring in a new haul and talk about that. But let me show you where I do my my pictures. Okay, so this is set up in my dining room. You can see I have these lights. They're like those box type lights, and then I have like just a bulb sitting up there. But anyway, I have these box type lights, and then I have this background. So I paid like 30 bucks, I think, shipped on Amazon, 35 bucks for these lights, and they come with the stands, really cool. And they come with the bulbs, they come with everything. And then I bought this background on eBay for like 6 bucks. I think it got shipped out of China, so it did take a little while. And then this is like my end table. So pretty much just repurposing, you know, whatever I have to make this work. But the lighting is really good. It's really important. You definitely want to have good lighting to accentuate, you know, any good things or flaws in your, you know, in your pictures. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching my very first video. Really cool. I just decided I kind of wanted to help people with this, and this is really what it's about. I was at a loss on what to do, and I watched a few videos. There's a few, you know, YouTubers that have inspired me. So I wanted to help inspire someone else, and I hope I'm going to do that for you. So I'm going to take some pictures. By the way, my camera is this little number right here. It's a Sony 16.1 megapixel, nothing special. I actually got this at the thrift store for $10. So you don't need an expensive camera to do this, to get started. You can use your phone. You can use, I have an iPhone 7, and I just like using this because I can hook it up straight to my laptop. The other thing is that you don't need an expensive laptop. You can really do this all from your phone if you really wanted to. I find it a little bit easier because I can type faster on my laptop, but I have a Chromebook, and I got it used. I think I paid like $75. It's like a Acer. Yeah, an Acer Chromebook. So 75 bucks. I got, you know, just a Chromebook, and it works perfect. No issues whatsoever. I can hook my little camera right up to it, and then I download the pictures to my Google Drive, and it stores everything nicely, and then I just list straight from there. So, I mean, realistically, you could start selling on eBay for $100. I mean, if you went and found a cheap camera and found a cheap laptop, or already had these things, which a lot of people do, and then go to the thrift and spend, you know, $50, you can get yourself started. You can get yourself on your way. So, but yeah, I'm going to list this stuff, and then I'm going to wait a couple of days probably, unless something miraculous happens overnight where like this stuff just takes off. And then I'm going to get back to you. Now, I also have obviously things that I've had listed that I've been, you know, working with, and we can talk about those things as well. I can give you an idea of, you know, what I paid and, you know, what they sold. So that's the game plan. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's been really fun for me. So if you have enjoyed it, please leave me a comment on the in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. I won't pretend like I know everything. I don't. I don't know everything at all. I'm just like you know, and I want to get going. But I do have a lot of knowledge about some things. So if you have questions, please feel free to let me know. If you could give this a like button. From what I understand, YouTube is new to me too, so from what I understand, if you give it a like, it may appear on more people's feed, so they may watch it, which will help me get more exposure so that I can hopefully make money to support my family as well. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and give it a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I will see you guys in a couple days. I really appreciate you guys checking it out, and I hope you all are inspired, and we'll talk to you in a couple days. Thank you guys.